Merkel Media.
He put it in park, threw open the driver's door, ran out the side of the car, across the front of it, and jumped right off the side of the bridge in front of me.
The only people that really pulled over were truckers.
He said, "We're going to Hodge," and he didn't slow down. He went across the median onto the oncoming traffic, but where they could see him coming, they just got out of the way.
I noticed this plane was really low. It went right in front of us, hit the fence, and it spun around. 30 seconds more, he could have hit us.
But I went around that truck, and a guy stepped out from behind the truck and threw a piece of wood, and it shot through my window just like a spear and stuck in the back of the cab of my truck.
That's probably one of the stranger things I've seen.
Welcome to Hammer Lane Legends. I am Brian Merkel still.
And I'm Brian Schiffer.
If you've got a crazy and wild story you would like to share with us from the road, or if you'd just like to share your experiences from the road with us as a truck driver, as an EMT, as a Uber or Lyft, or any kind of driving job that you would do, we'd love to hear you. We'd love to hear your stories. We'd love to hear all about it. You can contact us at hammerlanelegends@gmail.com. That's hammerlanelegends@gmail.com. Or just contact us at hammerlanelegends@gmail.com. We'll just leave it there. Shipper, tell them about Buy Me a Coffee.
Keep us fueled, keep us caffeinated. buymeacoffee.com/hammerlane virtual tip jar. You like what we're doing, you feel like a treat.
Even if you don't.
Have at it. If not, thanks for looking.
Yes, sir. You got that right. Thanks for playing. Well, I guess this is the first show. No, this is the first show. So we should just say where I've been and what I've been doing and where we've been for 3 months and why we haven't been around. As everybody knows, I had a heart attack. Passing that, everything has seemed to be straightened out now. Blood pressure's good. Got a stent put in. Everything is going great. Feel
battery
pretty good.
Back right here.
Shipper's got the jumper cables, as he likes to say, right next to him, just in case, But I am doing well, so I just thank everyone for their patience and their prayers and all that. It was a trying time, but you get through it. It's all right. It's all gooder.
It was great having 10 weeks off.
It was, kind of like, well, I mean, I was actually spending time at cardiac rehab, but you deal with what you got to deal with when you got to deal with it, and it worked out well. So we're doing.
You're upright and breathing.
I am upright and breathing, which is a good thing.
The best you can hope for.
I don't know. Sometimes you just you start looking at life and you're like, check it out. I mean, when you're feeling like you're checking out, you're like, well, it doesn't.
Bridging,
I could just right. That's a horrible conversation for us to be having, but it's true.
Remember, the dashboard will tell you. Highway departure imminent.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
You'll read it before you do it.
The lady in the freaking camera, she's having a heart attack. He's going to kill me. Backseat drivers. That's what happens.
Find your lane.
I found it.
Yeah.
All that being said, I just want to say thank you to everyone for their patience. So anyway, today we're talking to Zach. Zach, how the heck do you freaking do it?
So I got a bone to pick with you, Merkel.
Uh-oh.
See, nobody has anything to say about me.
Nobody's nothing nice to say about me, apparently.
Well, to be fair, Shipper, you were the hero in this story.
Oh, brother.
I just haven't gotten to you yet. So I was listening to the Break Room Bonanza.
You'll have to refresh our memory because we have no clue what's been playing.
And about 20 minutes in, y'all were talking about my buddy Adelaide from Cincinnati with his son who's got cancer.
Yeah.
God bless him. And they decided you guys decided to talk about, I had asked you to kind of plug the GoFundMe, and that was really, it was really very kind of you guys to do that so much. I really appreciate it.
Well, you asked.
But there's a but coming. I can. But
when you couldn't find the link and you're like, oh, we'll just call him. And then Brian was like, well, Merkel was like, oh, I'm trying to find what's his face's number.
Don't worry, I got to him right away.
I'm like, what's it? I'm listening to him. I'm like, what's his face? Really? I've been on here twice. You don't have my number? What's his face? Thank you, sir.
He just didn't know your face.
So yeah, I got a pretty good chuckle out of that.
Good.
So yeah, no, I'm doing good. I actually, it's kind of funny too because I was, am I the first person to be on here 3 times?
Yeah, who knows?
That's a good question.
No, somebody actually asked me that recently. They're like, "Are you the first one to be on there 3 times?" I'm like, I think maybe.
No, what's his name? Is it Susan or was
she
it
was
Mike?
one of them? And Mike Hawes.
And then we have
So-
then we have the marathon.
You're in the 3 session club.
Yeah.
I'm in the conversation. It's fine.
Yes.
Like I don't need any accolades, but like,
Hey, get back here and pat yourself on the back.
no, but so I actually recently re-listened to the other 2 episodes that I was on just to make sure like I didn't repeat myself because nobody likes a broken record. And
You're old as we are. It's
It don't matter. We don't remember half of it. So
you say today, you forgot tomorrow.
every show, that's the beauty. Every show is a new one.
Right, that's it.
Even the unnew ones. But
yeah. No, honestly, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well,
He knows go off the track.
he knows how we feel.
Yeah, no, like I'm nowhere near as old as you guys, so like I've got no excuse whatsoever.
You worked last night.
That's no
I
excuse.
did. I went to Chicago.
There you go. That's enough of an excuse.
600 miles. That's good time.
Yeah. It's a great time. It pays nice.
But yeah, off that if I had my new truck.
Hey. You got your thought back.
No, my truck. I'm pretty sure I have like the oldest truck in line haul at this point. My truck has 914,000 miles on it.
Wow.
That's when I got on mine. 914.
I actually just recently saw my boss. He's like, so you looking to get out of that? Because you holding out for a Freightliner? I'm like, there's no Freightliners coming. Like he's like, well, you've passed on Max before. I'm like, yes, I know, because I'm just gonna ride. I'm gonna keep driving mine until you give me a new one.
Right.
Otherwise, I pass on it. I'm just going to end up with hand-me-down Max. That's all that's going to happen.
Yep.
So
you're holding out. You're holding out for
it's funny because like I go to all these terminals, and like my big complaint with the whole Max is like I'm a big guy. I don't fit him. And
try sitting in the passenger side of one of them when you're riding with somebody.
I'm
being a big guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too, dude.
I got no choice.
I get in these Max like when my truck is down and like I don't fit in them at all. And they're like, I go to all these different terminals, and I see people driving brand new Freightliners, and I'm like, y'all are midgets.
They are.
You don't need that truck. Give it to me, please.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it's just not how it works.
Well, you know what drives you crazy too is when you pull into a terminal and you see like 6 or 7 brand new trucks sitting there that are there's no road drivers in them.
Yeah,
they're just sitting there. Freightliner, new Max. Why are we? We're not going to spread those around the terminals that can actually use them for the road.
Try going to Battle Creek. I got to Battle Creek one night and I was like, do y'all even run line haul? And they're like, yeah, why? I'm like, your parking lot is full of trucks. What? Is anybody working?
Do you want to? Yeah, let's slow down here a little bit. Now, listen to what you just said. You got to Battle Creek. They don't need to run their guys. You
got there.
You answered your own question.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So, is there an update at all on Adelaide's kid?
So
like, how he's doing.
I talk to Adelaide pretty regularly. So his son he got the tumor removed.
Good.
He is currently getting a lot of radiation, a lot of chemo.
Yeah.
It's not good. The kid is like, he's going through it.
Oh,
For
yeah, I can imagine.
15, 16-year-old kid. Like, I wish I was as tough as this kid when I was his age.
Yeah.
Because he's you know, and according to Adelaide, he's the kid doesn't complain. He doesn't, you know, he'll say this, he'll say that, like, oh, I'm in pain, whatever, but like, he doesn't complain, he doesn't whine about it. But like, he can barely eat, his whole face is covered in sores.
Wow.
And so yeah, I feel really bad. I know his dad does.
Yeah.
We're all pulling for him.
Yeah.
So
Well, just pass on to him when you see him that, you know, we asked about him. We're praying for him.
oh, for sure. For sure.
And for the family. Yeah, it's a tough thing for everybody to walk through. You know, they're all feeling the pain of it. So, but the kid
absolutely.
especially, you know.
Absolutely.
So, thank you. Appreciate the update too.
Yeah, everybody that goes from Allentown out to Donegal, I always tell them, look for Fast Eddie.
I listened to the Kyle was on again, and
Yeah.
I saw how fast Eddie came up, and I was very pleased with that.
It was very cool. It was
Fast
good to
Eddie
talk
strikes
about.
back.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yeah.
I talked to him this morning. He's doing good. He's
Good.
doing real good.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. I appreciate
For you
that.
people that don't know what the hell we're talking about, you had 10 weeks to catch up.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah, Fast Eddie. He's a mainstay. Like,
Yes.
If you know, you know. If
Yep.
you don't know, do better.
Yeah. Go play the reruns. Anyway, moving along.
Back it up Friday.
Yes. You get backing up Saturday night. if
There you go. You can back it up any day of the week because it's there for you to listen to anytime you want.
Right.
Right.
So back to Zach.
We never left.
We didn't. We talked.
No, I hopefully nobody knocks on my garage door this time. We'll be doing real good.
Words a hell of a party, whichever you want to go.
Yeah,
Whichever
I mean,
way
you
you
know,
want to go.
we're willing to join a party. What the heck?
Oh, so fun story. I remember what I was going to tell you guys earlier. I was listening to my last two appearances on the podcast. And the last time I was on here, I had a new girlfriend. Things were going really good.
Yeah.
And this is what reminded me of it. The day after we recorded my second and last appearance, which was about a little over a year ago, we broke up the same weekend.
No kidding.
So
Wow.
I'd like to blame you guys, but it was completely not your fault.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
At least you're consistent.
Was she the one that was knocking on the door?
No, she was not the one knocking on the door. That would have been funny though.
Yeah,
that
would
would
have
have been.
I know you're in there.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It was just kind of funny that, like, you know, I was talking about it one day and the next day just like poof,
gone.
you know, gone, like, you know, like a fart in the wind.
Gone, girl.
Here today, gone tomorrow. Moving on.
Wow.
Next.
Yeah. Yeah. There you
I
go.
don't know. I just recently met a new lady and things are going really well. So let's.
Don't talk
Knock
about
on
it on the
wood.
show.
What
I
week
don't
is this?
I don't want to hear it next week.
I just told you it's not your fault. I mean, let's not. You're jinxing the podcast here, not me.
Well, it's not the podcast. It's your relationship.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, look,
yeah.
I am not Dr. Phil. You picked the wrong guy if you think you need a hug from me. Okay? Move along.
I don't know what he's talking about. You still have hair, dude.
Yeah.
So here's a fun story, Shipper.
Yeah.
Right after we recorded the last episode, I was on, what was it, June of last year.
Okay.
So I went to Washington, and
Some of us actually look up some stuff.
yeah, I went to Washington, turned in my paperwork, and I went to the bathroom real quick. I come out, and I hear some guy at the counter. He's turning in his paperwork, and as he's walking away, I'm like, man, I know that voice from somewhere. I'm like, who is that? And so I walked up to the counter, I looked at his paperwork and it says Merkel.
Oh. I knew
And so eventually, like I stand there for a few minutes with my thumb up my ass, just kind of like, all right, yeah, he's gonna come out eventually. And so he walks out, and I'm like, hey, dude, and he's just looking at me like, hey, what's up? And I'm just like, oh, that's all I get, huh?
It's the middle of the night, dude.
He's like, who are you? I'm like, I don't know. We just spent 2 hours on the phone the other day. He's like, oh, it's you. And I'm like, yeah, it's me.
But he still didn't say your name, right? He didn't say it right away.
He said, what's his face?
It's what's his face.
Yes. It's the seer from over there.
That's right.
So it was nice to finally meet the myth, the man, the legend
yes.
in
Man.
person.
So you say that, I'm thinking you're talking about Randy Cedric.
There you go.
That's where I thought he was going with this.
So here's a quick thing. Also from the Break Room Bonanza episode, because you had some guy on there. Apologies, I don't know who he is, but he was talking all this game about how much he loves the names of the towns in the state of Virginia.
All right.
I'm not going to hold your feet to the fire if you don't remember the conversation. It's okay. I recently listened to it, and I'm just like, my boy clearly has not been to West Virginia, because the town names in West Virginia are lit. So I've compiled a list for you guys.
I am anxiously waiting for this with bated breath, as they say.
Yeah, with bated breath, as you should. And just so everybody knows, I apologize. My phone is being held sideways, so I have to literally look to the left to stare straight into the camera. So I'm not. I know it makes it look like I'm looking to the right because I'm looking at Brian and Shipper's ugly butts. I'm not actually cross-eyed. So here's the
talking
fun
about
one.
West Virginia.
Fair. So here's a fun one. They actually have a Gallagher.
Oh,
named after your boy.
Yes, sir.
We got 3 of them.
His kids, yeah.
Hey, you know what? Columbus had 3 Hazlets, but the regional manager retired, so now they have 2. None of them are related too. None of them are related. So some of my favorite West Virginia town names. This is the best state in the country. I swear to Christ. Man, that's it. Just man.
Huh,
man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, explain man's choice over there in Bedford.
I guess it does.
Yeah. No, War, West Virginia, as if like they're like, yeah, let's do this.
They haven't gotten over the Civil War yet, have they?
No, they have not. They have not. Speaking of the Civil War,
too soon.
Like it is shocking to me. Like every time I drive through Pennsylvania, this is why I hate that state so much. Just the hills. Like it is shocking to me they fought a land war there twice. I'm like, I don't want to drive up these hills, and people pulled cannons up them on foot.
Wait. Back up here, Junior. Okay. They fought down there at Gettysburg. There ain't a hill down there at Gettysburg.
It's rolling hills.
Yeah. You want to go up on 80. There's plenty of hills there.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, none of you guys have been past.
Far north.
Well, I shouldn't say none of you guys. Shipper hasn't been past Donegal, so he doesn't.
Shipper hasn't been past freaking.
I've been past Donegal.
Shipper hasn't been past freaking Clearfield or Tylertown or Lamar.
I haven't been on 80
in forever.
There was one night I went in Switzerland.
One night,
and I realized I really need to get off 80 until I got my eyes re-drowned.
Got the high def.
I literally haven't been up on 80, and it's got to be 6-7 years at least.
Well, good. Yeah, it's funny. We actually had a strange rundown some time ago, and there was a guy. He goes to Chicago every night, and we only ended up having one Chicago, and he had to go to New Stanton. He had to call in the driver and get directions.
Wow.
But back to West Virginia. So we got man, we have War, we've got Gallagher, Bacon, Erbacon, Erbacon. Love
nice. It. Yeah.
There is Lookout, West Virginia. Like that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Nothing to see there.
Leave it to you, Shipper.
How about it?
Mink Shoals. I like that one. That's a strong
Mink
name.
Shoals.
Mink Shoals.
That's different.
Hurricane. Don't you dare call it hurricane. It is hurricane. If you go to Hurricane, West Virginia, and you call it hurricane, there'll be fisticuffs. It's hurricane.
Fisticuffs. I like that.
Yeah. There's Odd, West Virginia.
That's most of it.
There is
Only on the even days.
there is Kermit, West Virginia.
Ooh, is that where the frog's from?
Yes.
Yeah.
How about that?
Piggy's next door.
Yes,
Next town
sir.
over.
Oh, bacon.
And then there's Lost City, West Virginia.
Which what?
Lost City, which checks out really. It's West Virginia. So Lost City, I mean that yeah, that's just a little list I compiled for you guys. I love West Virginia. They're the best
West
names.
Virginians.
I'm hearing a banjo.
Oh, you hear the banjos. You hear the banjos, like look out.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna be a squealing.
We got a driver. He was telling me a story about how years ago, 60. No, it wasn't 64. It was US 35, because he was running Beckley, and he got on 35 and it got shut down for a wreck, and so he took a detour that he knew, and some driver was asking him about it on the CB, and he's like, yeah, he said just follow me. You might hear some banjos. If you hear them, just hammer down, because
You're getting close to the river.
it's fitting to get live.
I see some guy named Ned run the other way.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's freaking awesome. Well, those are good names. I mean,
We don't have anything like that anymore.
what, like what?
Those
Names?
Yeah.
Well,
you
yeah,
got-
Pennsylvania.
Blue Balls, Virginville,
Paradise.
Paradise.
Pennsylvania had my favorite one in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania
Slow down.
is
Speak the syllables.
how it. What is it? Monongahela,
Monongahela, yeah.
and they actually that's actually a state park in West Virginia. So there's that.
We also have intercourse. So,
Yes,
I rest. my
nothing's
case.
ever gonna beat Hooker, Oklahoma, though.
Nope, that's the truth.
There and here's a fun
That's
fact
where the
for you.
hairs are made.
That is.
There's actually the Hooker in Oklahoma is in the Panhandle. Go figure.
Yeah.
And there is a Love's there.
With a squeegee bucket.
Yes, I promise you. Full of blue water to clean all sorts
The
of
Blue
foulness
Lagoon.
away.
Blue Lagoon. Oh, that's funny.
For those of you listening, if you didn't listen to the first one, do better.
Go back.
Right.
Do yourself a favor and go back.
Yes.
10 weeks of reruns. There was a
Yeah,
round.
that's there.
Those back it up episodes, like they're not necessarily a suggestion.
Yep. They're necessary listening.
Necessary.
Necessary.
They're required.
Glad I'm
reading.
not the only. Yeah. Glad I'm not the only one who can't speak today. So
You spend 10 weeks down and nothing works anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like the brain just
See,
stops,
it just
so.
shows the go you that anybody can do.
Yep, it does show to go. Yeah.
It's like this must be my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to earn that Merkel media money. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I mean it's what the heck. I'm swimming. I'm in a sea of coinage, pennies, basically. That's all I got left after 10 weeks.
Yeah, I was off for 7 weeks, and I'm just like, I actually had vacation next week, and I got called into the office to talk to my boss. He's like, so, what do you plan on doing next week? And I'm like, I don't already time. I'm coming to work.
Right.
I don't know. I had a choice in the matter.
Yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at. I'm like, well, that's all done. Oh well.
Yeah, I'll see you for Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, Shipper's gonna take all my days that I had scheduled.
Yeah, thank God for Black Friday.
I moved 2 weeks of mine.
I'll take that week.
Well, he doesn't have that week. Well, I want it.
I know he doesn't. That's why I want it now. Oh well, that's all right. That's life. So, what are people net violations?
Golf in
Oh,
America.
boy.
Here I come.
Yeah.
So, I have never got an hours of service violation.
You get them every night now.
Yes. Maven will tell you about that all the time.
Yeah.
So it's glad they updated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 times a night.
Yeah.
I have never gotten an hours of service violation. Does not make me better than anyone. Does not make me a better driver. Just how it. That's how the
add.
Yeah. I despite my claims on previous episodes, I actually am pretty good at math. It just
His mathing is mathing pretty well.
Yeah. It just never happened to me. But I imagine some of us who are listening, and those who aren't, pity the fool, some of us at some point have gotten an hours of service violation.
Right.
And some of us who have gotten them have probably gotten them through PeopleNet. Well, this here is a story of a time when PeopleNet was the one that got violated.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, this here story happens that it comes from a time when I was a little shorter in the tooth, and even shorter in my patience.
I have longer hair.
You're such a jerk, Shipper.
He is, right?
Thank you very much.
I get it cut down to a 0 because it grows too quickly.
Yeah, that's
No, so I listen. I am not prone to just random acts of violence, as one might think after you hear what's about to be said.
Oh, so you're one of those West Coast people peacefully protesting.
You know I'm from New York, sir. Do not start that.
Same thing. East Coast, West Coast. Yeah.
So
rivalry about that a little while ago.
I'm actually a very peaceful person, but the PeopleNet got the better of me on one fine day in Boston, Massachusetts. So I was running the Woburn. This is, from everybody's favorite company, McLean.
Everybody's seen him at least once.
Yeah.
Asked him.
Yeah, twice a night.
Yes, sir.
So I was working for McLean, and I got put on the Woburn, Massachusetts, which is it's like one of the suburbs of Boston. And it's just one of those routes where every store is just dog shit. Nothing good can be said about any of these stores. They're all in crappy locations. All the stores themselves are just hot garbage. Nothing good can be said about it at all. And so this happens in winter, right? I'm brand new to McLean in the first place, so I'm still trying to get my groove going, trying to get good at my job, this whole delivering thing. And it's hard to get good at your job when you start basically in the winter time and you spend every single route shoveling snow. And so at the beginning of every delivery, you're already behind the 8 ball because you've spent 15 minutes shoveling. And so I get put on this Woburn route.
Sure hell don't show.
So I get put on this. I get called in on this Woburn route, and it's like I said, it's Boston for better or worse. And I'm just having the worst day, just having the absolute worst day. Shoveling snow, packing freezers, that just don't have room for all the product they're ordering because God forbid you actually have the
just leave it outside in the snow.
Right.
Right. Yeah. No, that in hindsight, that would have been a great idea. So I get to the last stop, and it was like this weird Taco Bell. There's no Taco Bell stories, by the way. It's this weird Taco Bell. The building itself is it's kind of situated strangely. And so it ends up taking me 10 minutes to get lined up with the back door with all the snowbanks. And I'm doing the delivery, and I get about halfway through. I'm like, shit, I'm running out of time. And I tell the store, I'm like, listen, I got to come back and do your dry stuff tonight. I got to go because I have about enough time to make it to the hotel. I'm like, all right, fine. I had a key. No big deal. So I drive to the hotel, and I get into the parking lot, and I'm stopped. Now, real quick, thing about McLean, they'll write you up for anything. If the people that says you had a log violation, though you got a log violation, they will literally report you to the DOT.
Wow.
Which is just strange. Like, figure that out. Like, you could literally be taking a video of you in the cab of your truck and show the people that this expiring on time, and then pan up to the windshield like, oh, look, the truck isn't moving. And they'll be like, yeah, too bad. You're getting an hour's service violation. So I pull into the hotel with like 2 minutes left on my 14. And the people net get stuck on the drive screen.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't. I'm tapping on it. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And it's not coming off.
Oh.
The brakes are set. The truck's not moving. It will not come off the drive screen. I've had the day from hell. I've had enough. I'm just not dealing with any more of this shit. And so
He fell to your boot.
after tapping on the screen a bunch of times, I just hauled off and dieseled the people net. Like, gave it a right cross it will never forget. Which also did not fix the situation, for the record.
But you felt better.
I felt much better, and it was after that I was like, "I'll bet you know. I bet you know what I bet would work a trick is if I restarted the console."
See?
And so I restarted it, and I probably made it onto on duty with like 9 seconds to go.
Wow.
Meanwhile, I have a destroyed screen because I don't know if you know this, but anyone who does any sort of like food service delivery, like delivering soda, delivering beer, like you get dangerous strengths,
Right.
and I blasted this people that I'm not condoning these actions.
It seems to me that people that fell off its holder got wedged in your door when you closed it.
Yeah,
you're securing your cab door to go unload.
Yeah.
Funny thing,
the
one of the managers at McLean, he's actually from Boston. So after I got done with my second day, showed back up to McLean with a destroyed people net. I said, I just hit a pothole. The thing popped off the mount and landed on the pedestal, landed on the metal base and just destroyed the screen. He's like, he just looks at me. He's like, yeah, there's some real craters out there.
Amen, brother. That's why you just say, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, so you had this before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, listen, I'm not condoning destroying company equipment, but I lost my temper at the ripe young age of 27 and just absolutely
27.
diesel the people net.
I don't remember 27.
It got violated that day. I said, you ain't getting me.
Nope.
No, sir.
Put another driver number in. Oh, yeah, fresh 8.
What's Fast Eddie's number?
Co-driver.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing the stuff that goes on. And this is the stuff, this is why what you're explaining right there is until we get all the glitches figured out, we're not ever going to have totally autonomous vehicles.
Here we are.
No,
we're going to have
them. And we're going to have accidents. We're going to kill people.
No, we're not going
to. I mean, we're going to unalive people. I'm sorry.
Shut down on the road. Well, can't go nowhere.
And they're going to stop right in the middle. That's it. It's over.
Funny thing about that, I just watched a video of this recently. There's this company out in Texas called Aurora.
Yeah. They're a Pittsburgh-based company.
Oh, all right. They were in Texas.
They run natives.
And they were like, they're 6,000 truck-related fatalities a year. Yep. Listen, we're not going to debate whether or not those were the fault of the truck because we all know what the reality of that situation is. And no disrespect to the departed, but most truck-related deaths are the fault of the four-wheeler. That's just a fact. There's 6,000 truck-related deaths a year, and we want to get that number to zero. I'm like, okay, so you want to increase the population, and I don't want anyone to die, but let's face facts. You want to save more people, so what? They can die of starvation because nobody has a job. I mean, that just makes zero sense whatsoever. I'm not trying to sound heartless, but let's face facts. You're about to You're trying to unemploy 2-3 million people, and says to what? Save 6,000.
they're trying to unemploy everybody. I was
Yeah.
watching while I was home. I was watching all kinds of YouTube videos on people losing their jobs from the tech industry. I mean, they're laying people off left and right. Amazon laying people off left and right. Microsoft laying people off left and right. I mean, these companies are companies that are huge companies. It's like, oh, everybody's safe. Everybody go get it. Go become a computer science, major at college. Now you got a million computer science majors who have graduated college who can't find a job because AI is filling their jobs. Analysis jobs are being filled by AI. It's writing jobs are being filled by. I'm watching videos from people who are professional writers.
Yeah.
AI now they don't need me anymore to be a writer. They don't need me anymore to write stories for whatever because the AI can do it.
All those folks who majored in lesbian dance, they're going to have the last laugh. I tell you what,
they're going to have a job. Oh man!
Back to the stripper pool.
Yeah, we are. It's crazy.
Listen,
it's nuts.
I've been driving a truck. I know I have nothing on you boys. I've been driving a truck for 13 years. There's parts of me that look like an old belt. If I could make money on my feet on OnlyFans, sign me up.
You could join the Hammer Lane OnlyFans page, man.
I would show them to you right now, but you'd probably never get another viewer again. So I'm not going to do that to you guys. But yeah, they're not. I actually just got a toenail pulled just a couple weeks ago. It's never going to grow back because I had it pulled last year, and it grew back. It grew back just as screwed up, and so I went back to the podiatrist. He's like, "Yeah, it's just gonna keep up doing that thing." So
well, you know what? Just lop the pinky right off. Take the toe right off. You don't have to worry about it going back.
He's like, "You got cruise control. You'll be fine."
You got more toes. Don't worry about it.
It's your right foot. Even if you get a rental with a stick, you don't have to shift with it.
That's right. Exactly. You're good to go. You are good to go.
Your rental agreement says automatic only.
Oh, the 213 Bandit or 213 Bandit, however you want to say it.
The 213 Bandit. So, on I-70 eastbound in Ohio, at mile marker 213, there is one of those little pull-ins for the cops, like the little center medians.
Yep.
Where they can do a turnaround, or they post up there to catch speeders.
Yep. Or people can do a turnaround and turn left in front of you, and you can hit them. So.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah, or that.
So this one in particular is special though.
Ooh.
Because I don't know if it's the same state trooper. I haven't pulled over and asked him, but I'm gonna guess it's the same guy. He posts up there every single night because I think he's figured out that where he parks, anyone coming around this bend, he'll see them long before they see him. They come around this bend, he's already got them tagged, buckled in, radioed in, ready to pop, lock, and drop it.
Wow.
And so on this particular night, I just happened to be going around that same bend with a truck. At the same time, a passenger motorist happened to also be going around the bend. So because I'm also going around it, now his field of vision for what's coming up is even more limited because he can't see past my truck.
Right.
So he gets past my truck, the cops got him. He's ready to go. And this guy bit my tongue, excuse me. This guy, he's got to be doing all of 150.
Wow.
As somebody who's got a vehicle that does that kind of speed, I may or may not be intimately aware of what that kind of speed looks like. I can neither confirm nor deny that. And he was gone, like there's a straightaway, he's gone in seconds.
Yeah.
It took me 5 miles. 5 miles.
Wow.
Before I finally caught up to the pair of them. It was just under 5 because it was at the 217 over 9.
Yeah.
Before I caught up to this cop and this guy, and he had him bent over the hood of his cruiser, assuming the position. So yeah, it didn't work out too well. Here's the best part though, right? Is if he had just gotten off the first exit, it'd have been around another bend where he could have gotten off the exit real quick, gone under the overpass, and gotten onto the highway the other way. By the time the cop had caught up, it just looked like a regular car just getting on the westbound side. Never known.
Wow.
But criminals aren't the smartest people, as we all know. And so,
That
yeah,
is true.
5 miles it took the cop to catch up to that guy.
Wow. That guy was a
But he caught him.
He
did.
was moving. Yeah,
Intel.
props to the Ohio State Police. They got him.
Wow. That's
You know,
crazy.
you know what they call those? Karma cops.
What do they call them?
Karma cops.
Karma cops.
Karma. So like
karma cops.
You know how like
I'm sorry,
like,
you're not working. You know.
You know when you're at a red light and you see somebody run the red light and you're just like, why isn't there a cop here?
Yeah.
And at one time there happens to be a cop there.
There's a cop.
That's called a karma cop.
A karma cop. Gotcha. Yeah. It's like a karma chameleon.
Cop sitting there,
Karma
sees
cop,
what's going
chameleon
on,
cop.
looks at you and like, do you believe what I just seen?
He's looking at you like, did you see that too? Were you here? That's crazy.
But yeah, no, the 213, like that cop, he's got it all figured out because, like I said, you come around that bend and you've got no chance. He's got you marked before you ever even it processes in your brain that there's a cop there.
Right.
He's already got you.
He nailed you.
The ticket's already starting to print.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yes.
Just have to fill in your name.
He's already radioed in your license plate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So what's the secret?
The secret?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
What's the next one? What's your next story?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, you're not going off the updated list.
Yes, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
It's a throwback.
Yes. Now you lost him.
He's there. He's looking at his phone.
this.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You're real
Strong
funny.
enough for a man. Yeah.
Strong
Made
enough
for
for a man. All right.
I kind of
So,
strong enough for a man.
What's
but,
this?
Yeah.
What's the secret? Yeah, you're real funny. You're
I know. Yeah. It's
With
like,
the funny
you're
guy.
a blue flame special, Merkel.
that's right.
So
This mate,
This
we gotta whack it with a jumper camera. This mate.
this happened this summer, 2015. I had just transferred. I literally had just transferred out to McLean, Cincinnati from Albany, and I may have alluded to this in previous episodes. They beat me like a rented Amish mule. They wore my ass out.
Huh?
So there was one particular night, they're like, you're on call. And I'm like, I got 13 hours. And they're like, yeah, but you can do a 1 day or at least day 1 of a 2 day and bring it back. And I'm like, all right, I guess y'all are that desperate.
Wow.
Whatever. So I get woken up, called in to do Fort Wayne. Now, I'm brand new to this area. I don't have the first clue where Fort Wayne is. I don't know that it's like 3.5 hours from Cincinnati.
Wow.
No clue.
Yeah.
Not a clue. So they're like, oh yeah, we need you to do day 1 of the Fort Wayne route and bring it back. I'm like, all right. I'm like, are we sure about this? I'm only doing day 1 and I'm bringing it back. Like, you're doing day 1 and you're bringing it back. We'll find someone else to do the second day. Okay. So I come to work with just a lunchbox, just enough, some ice packs and some drinks to make it through the day, an iced tea, a Monster, or whatever, bottle of water. So mind you, I got called in late. So now I'm showing up to all these stores like when customers are there and they're not supposed to be. So which is making the delivery even more difficult.
Sure.
So I'm fighting my way through the first day. I make it up to Fort Wayne. I do a couple of the stores, and I look at my time, and I plot my GPS back to the terminal. I'm like, I got just enough time to make it back. So I call the terminal. I'm like, hey, I got to leave now. I got just enough time to make it back to the terminal. Like, oh no, we need you to finish that first day. And I'm like, excuse me, that wasn't the deal. I got called in specifically to do the first day and bring it back. And they're like, oh, we got to have you do that first. We got to have you finish that first day. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings, there's an Applebee's. You got to finish it. I'm like, we ended up getting into a big fight about it. That's not important. Long story short, I told him, I said, all right. I said, I'll do the first day. But after that, I'm bringing it back. And they're like, no. You can do all the stops in the second day. We'll have someone come and rescue you. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that story before. I'm not doing 34 in Fort Wayne. It's not happening.
Right.
So they're like, they relented. They're like, all right, finish the first day and bring it back. So, I get to the hotel. Now, like I said, I only packed the lunchbox. I don't have clean pants, clean shirt, clean underwear. I don't have a toothbrush. I don't have deodorant. So I can get a toothbrush and some toothpaste from the hotel.
Right.
I can, much as I hate it, I can wear dirty clothes the second day, but like, I'll be damned if I'm not wearing some deodorant. So I go to the convenience store down the street from the hotel.
Right.
I'm like, I'll buy some deodorant there. And all they had was Secret. So I wasn't forced, but like in my own head, it made more sense to buy this than to not have anything at all. Yep. So I buy the Secret. I go back to my hotel. I take a shower. I go to bed. I wake up and I drive the 3.5 hours back to McLean and Cincinnati smelling like a bitch.
Because you was.
But the flowers just smell so good.
Yeah, I gave it to, she's my ex-wife now, but I gave it to my wife. I said, here, this is all you. She was more than happy to take it, but yeah. I was
like
happy to
on the road.
Don't say I don't think about you, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
not one of my proudest moments walking into the trans office at McLean smelling like Secret.
Seems appropriate, doesn't it?
Just tossing my pouch on the table like, screw all of you. I'm leaving.
Oh, man. Well, that sounds like a really crappy wake-up call.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, God, it smells so bad. So
kept the secret.
Honestly,
that's the secret.
Honestly, I would have welcomed a stick of Secret at this point. So when I worked for Stevens, I went through the CDL school. I became a company driver, working off my loan. Because like I said in previous episodes, like I went through their school, and like you had to sign a work agreement and repay all that. So I went to become a lease operator, and once you become a lease operator, like you actually have some discretion over what truck you want. And they didn't have the truck available that I wanted, and so they're like, they're thinking they're going to lose me as a lease operator, and I'm just like, no, I'll just go be a company driver. And they're like, no, hold up. They're like, we actually we have that truck. It's just not going to be in for a few more weeks. Do us a favor, go recover this truck in Pueblo, Colorado.
Wow.
And drive that for a couple of weeks. You can have it. You can drive it lease free, insurance free. All you have to do is pay for the fuel and just drive it for a couple of weeks, recover it for us. And by the time you make it back to the yard, we'll have your truck ready to go. Okay. So I end up in, where was I? Somewhere in California. I don't remember where.
Uh-huh.
I ended up in somewhere in California. Now, when I got this truck, the APU was not working. I get this truck. I'm driving it all over the place. I end up in California one night, and it's hotter than hell. And the APU is not working. So you can't idle the truck in California. It's against the law.
Right.
So my only way to stay cool that night is to literally open the vents on the suicide doors and that's literally my only airflow.
Right.
So I go to bed with the vents open, trying to stay cool as best I can. And that happened to be the night where the septic at this Pilot or Love's or whatever it was getting emptied the next morning.
Wow.
So I wake up at 5 a.m. to them pumping the septic tank out of this truck stop, just every last nasty dump from every last slimy, greasy, nasty 12 sandwich eating truck driver who's just taking a disgusting 1.5 foot long dump in this truck stop. And it smelled terrible.
Oh, I bet.
Like I smelled that for a week.
Wow.
Oh, it was horrible. It was terrible.
I've been around when they've emptied our septic tank when we still had one here at the house. It ain't pretty, and it don't smell good. Yeah,
no,
not at all.
And that's your shit.
Yeah, it's from the people I love. I mean, imagine if it wasn't people I loved. I'd be like, no, this is wrong.
I wake up, smell this. I'm like, I don't even know you people.
This is too close.
Yeah, I don't know you like that. Yeah, no, it was
now.
It was not.
I don't know what you're eating, but it's not good.
God, Jesus Christ, Brian. That went a completely different. Yeah, no, it was not good. That was the smelliest wake up call I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, that makes you want to get the heck out of Dodge.
You could literally wrap the blankets around my head and hotbox me. It wouldn't, with a fart, and it wouldn't be that bad. But yes, I did want to get the hell out of Dodge. And
yes,
there was at one point in my life, in my driving career, that I did. So, I was in Dodge City, Kansas. And National Beef there. That's a pretty major account, especially for if you're over the road. If you're
chicken there.
No.
The other white meat?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Shipper. If you're in Dodge City, Kansas, chances are you're there for National Beef. And so I get there. Now, mind you, I'm a fledgling truck driver. I grew up in the Northeast, driven in snow countless times in a car. Never been in the snow in a tandem vehicle. So I'm like terrified of it. And so I'm sitting there at this truck stop. What's that?
She was at 4 ways on.
Yeah, I'm that guy. So I'm sitting there at the truck stop, and I get a load assignment, and I'm like, oh, sweet. And I'm like just plotting my course, like seeing what I'm gonna do, and I get another message: load canceled. All right, no big deal. A few minutes later, new load assignment. So I start plotting my everything, and sometime later, load canceled. This goes on for about an hour. They just keep giving me loads and then canceling them.
Wow.
Now, mind you, like I've been in and out of the truck stop all day watching the Weather Channel. I can literally see outside the clouds coming. I can see the storm coming in that they're talking about on the Weather Channel.
Right.
So finally, I called, whatever dispatch, whatever you want to call them, and I said, "Listen, there's a blizzard coming my way. Get me the hell out of here." And so they finally gave me a load, and that was the one and only time in my life I've actually gotten the hell out of Dodge.
Wow. You know what? And not too soon, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't have to shoot anybody.
Yeah, that's a plus. That is a plus. Amen, brother. I like that. Otherwise you'd have to go on a hunger strike.
Right. So
getting pretty good at this, huh? 10 weeks off.
You're
excellent.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Yeah. Or a Wawa.
He's not as clever as he thinks he is, Sheriff.
I know.
So when I worked for McLean Cincinnati, the Detroit facility, they ran all the Buffalo Wild Wings and Applebee's routes up in Michigan because they didn't have room. In order for Cincinnati to have the contract, we had to service that part of the country, but the Detroit facility did not have the warehouse space to house their product. So we would shuttle up entire routes to Detroit, and the Detroit drivers would run them. But every now and then a Detroit driver would call off, and somebody out of Cincinnati would have to drive all the way up there and run the route. So on one such occasion, I get up to Detroit. I get to the store. It's maybe a block, 2 blocks from the old Joe Louis Arena.
Okay.
And I can't figure out how I'm going to deliver this store. There's no instructions whatsoever. None. And so I'm like, I could park on the street. It's the middle of the night. I could probably get away with it. But like, we're supposed to go through the back door. Well, the back door was like, it was in this alley that was like barely big enough for the truck. And I had to go to the one-way street the wrong way to get there. And somehow in my head, in hindsight, like it completely made sense to just do it from the front door. But I obviously was not thinking clearly that day. And it made complete sense to drive the wrong way down the one-way street in the middle of the night, pull into the parking lot, park in this alley, and somehow fight with the ramp to get it in the back door. Made complete sense to me. Don't know why, but it did. So I start driving on this one-way street. I pull into the parking lot, and I see this pile of mush just sitting there on like a piece of cardboard. And it must have been the sound of the truck or something. This homeless guy pops up out of the dumpster, waving his hands, losing his mind. He's just like, he's pointing at his pile of food. He's like, trying to get me to not run over his food.
Wow.
And yeah, like I felt bad. I still ran over it, but like I felt bad for I didn't have a choice. Don't hang
on
for this. Yeah,
Right.
I have a choice. The truck only goes so many ways.
Right.
So I still ran over his food, but like I felt bad about that. I mean, I got over it, but
Seems like it.
no, I did. I felt really bad, but like I was like, it was too little, too late. He popped up out of the dumpster, like waving his hands, and I'm just like, oh well, these things don't turn as quick as you think they do.
About it.
And so yeah, I ended up running over this guy's pile of
Dinner.
leftovers that were in the dumpster.
Yeah.
And I listen, I'm not poking fun because
No,
like,
no.
I grew up poor. I know what it's like to be hungry, but
Right.
in hindsight, if you just take yourself out of it, I mean, it was kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a story, that's the beauty of it. And then nobody got hurt.
I feel like he definitely got hurt.
Well, he didn't have dinner.
He needed a hug.
What he needed
Hunger
to do was
pains.
whale watching is what he needed to do.
Whale watching.
Yeah.
So, this didn't happen to me. This was a story by when I was in CDL school. We had this guy who worked in safety. His name is Kip, former truck driver, former Navy SEAL, worked in the safety division at this point. And so we're there doing this class. I want to say my buddy Dan, who I ran a truck with, I mentioned him in the last episode. I want to say he was in there with me. And Kip is telling us the story about how you always got to pay attention to the notes when you get a load assignment. And so he said, for example, we had this trainee team and they got a load going to Alaska. And they didn't read the instructions on their load assignment. And so he said, they pick up the load, they travel up to Seattle, Puget Sound, good as gold, and then they disappear like a fart in the wind. Just go on like yesterday. And like the company, he's like, we're calling them nonstop. We're ringing their phones off the hook. It just keeps going to voicemail. And then like 4 or 5 days later, they just pop up in friggin' Juneau because they didn't read the Lotus sign, the instruction on the Lotus sign that said drop the trailer on the ferry. And instead, they just took the whole damn truck onto the ferry and sailed across the Pacific to Alaska.
Wow.
Whale watching the entire time. popped up in Juneau or wherever they were, and they finally made contact with the company. Like, where were you? Like, we're in Alaska, just where we're supposed to be. They're like, no, you're not supposed to be. The trailer's supposed to be Alaska. You're supposed to be somewhere completely different.
Wow. How'd that work out for them? Like, what did they wind up doing? They let them go?
Well, I was going to say, since they're up there, they might as well deliver it.
Yeah, exactly. At that point.
He didn't tell us what happened after that. I think he alluded to the fact they got fired.
Yeah.
But,
Yep.
I mean.
It's not so, Joe.
Kip was a colorful guy. It's actually a funny story he told us. This happened. This is like I don't know if it was the same class or if it was a different class, but he was telling us about how they had a load get abandoned one time.
Yeah.
Whole truck and trailer. And he's like, I'm working the phones on safety. I haven't made it to this lofty position yet. He's like, I get a phone call one day. It's a police department and in nowhere America. Nobody cares.
Right.
It's an officer. He said, yeah, sir, we found your truck and trailer in the middle of the street. He's like, what? He said, yeah. He said, it's all cleared out. He said, I think your driver just abandoned the load, like right in the middle of the road. And Kip's like, he's like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. He's like, no, I'm not kidding you, but don't worry. I moved the truck. There's a parking lot down the street. I moved the truck and I parked in the parking lot. And Kip's telling us this. And he's like, that's when I made a fatal mistake. He's like, because I said to the cop, I said, officer, he said, do you have a commercial driver's license? And he said there was a bit of a long pause, and then the cop came back with, you sure you really want to ride this train? He's like, no, sir. Thank you for moving the equipment. We'll take it from here.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a heck of a freaking, sometimes there's some days I feel that way though, doing this job. There's some days I just feel like,
Well, let me write myself a ticket. And meanwhile, while I'm doing that, I will call the tow truck to get your truck towed the hell out of here.
There you go. We'll get it towed straight out of Hazard.
Yes. Straight into Hazard.
Oh, boy. Straight out of yeah. So, another McLean story.
Come on, Uncle Jesse.
I have too many of these. So, we had this driver at McLean named Marty. Marty had his own truck. He was McLean royalty, and he had this old Volvo, stick shift Volvo. It was a dying breed. We didn't buy those anymore.
Good shit. I know. What does that look like?
I was working the extra board at this time, and I would get Marty's truck. Hey, because Marty, like I said, he was royalty, so he worked Monday through Friday. That's it.
Right.
So I would get Marty's truck every Friday night because for two reasons. A lot of guys couldn't drive a stick, and B, of the ones that could, didn't want to. So I would get Marty's truck every Friday night. Well, because I worked weekends because I was a peon. And I would always have a laugh because I looked through the DVIR book, and so let me back up. Marty was at Pepsi in Indianapolis, and some over-the-road driver backed into his truck, hit the bumper, and drove off.
Oh.
Now, McLean got him on camera. But because the truck was so old, they're like, we're not replacing the bumper. Enter Marty. He's like, he's one of those guys, like, I want my truck. He's like, I don't care how many miles are on it. I don't care when you're going to get rid of it. I want my truck to look nice.
Right.
So he worked 5 1-days all through the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He's writing this truck up every single day. And every single day, Penske would write on it, he needs manager approval. And management didn't want to approve replacing the bumper. They're like, no, we're gonna get rid of that truck soon. We got the insurance money, but we're not gonna replace the bumper. So after a couple of months of this, of him writing it up, they finally got tired of his bitching, and they're like, fine, we'll replace the bumper. Enter me on a Friday night. I take the truck. I run the Hazard, Kentucky route. I make it through Saturday night. I go out. I complete the entire route. Good as gold. I'm coming up Kentucky 15, heading back, and a deer comes out of nowhere.
Say it ain't so.
Say it ain't so. It's so. Comes out of nowhere, crosses the street, doubles back again, doubles back a third time before I finally smash this thing. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Wow.
I pull over, I get out, I look at the truck, I look at the bumper, I call up the office. I said, hey, this lady Elaine, real nice lady. I said, Marty's gonna be pissed. I just trashed his brand new bumper. I destroyed it. Well, let me correct that. The deer destroyed it. I had nothing to do with it.
Nope.
But yeah, no, it's
Wow.
in fact, Marty was actually waiting for me at the check-in trailer when I got back. He was just shaking his finger at me. Yeah, he took it in stride, but yeah, I destroyed it. They never did replace that bumper again.
Yeah, I can imagine not. Isn't that crazy? That's when it happens, you know. You see that happen so many times. If somebody else is using your truck, or you're using somebody else's truck, or whatever, you know, their truck's not there or whatever, and they take out and what do they hit that night? That's the night that they find the deer. Which I'm so glad they actually got these deer bumpers on. You know, they finally did that, which was a nice change of pace. You know, because it used to do a lot of damage. You know, even to a big truck. That's what people don't. People don't realize how much damage the deer will do to a freaking big truck.
My only complaint about the deer slayers is I drive a Freightliner, and all of our bull bars, deer slayers, whatever you want to call them, they're all designed for max. And so, driving a Freightliner, those bumpers block my fog lights.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and for whatever strange reason, the fog lights on a Freightliner are actually brighter than the regular headlights.
Wow.
So my visibility has actually gone down having it on there.
You know what helps with that?
What's that?
Running during the daytime. Because I haven't had to use my lights.
That's how your lights should be on for safety.
They are, but I don't need them on, but they're on. It's not like I'm not running, illegally here or, against company policy.
What happens when it's raining?
I have my lights on.
You know what also happens in the daytime?
What happens?
There's more stuff to hit.
Yeah. Lots more people. Lots more cars.
Like exponentially. There's way more.
Yeah. It's two-wheeler turmoil, dude.
Oh boy.
No.
So
dude.
Yeah.
I segued that one right in there, brother.
Have any of you guys ran the city?
Yeah. Shipper did 2 years ago.
So
Shipper's done everything. He's run the city, run everything.
Granted, it wasn't McLean, but like you kind of have an idea having run the city because like you know what it's like to misplace equipment. So a time or two, or three, maybe more,
possibly more,
happened to have misplaced my two-wheel dolly in the middle of a route for McLean. And
that sucks.
Bad things happened. There was this one time I was up in New York at the time, and I was running the Middletown, New York route, and we had one stop in northeastern Pennsylvania. Don't remember the town, but I had taken my hand cart to the back of the trailer because that's where we kept all of our small wares, what we call them, like gloves, just anything small, like water test strips, rock salt, anything just like small that's just like not ordered regularly.
Got it.
And so I brought my two-wheeler to the back of that. loaded it up, went inside the store, and let me back up. So before I did that, I took my regular hand cart, I put it in the side door of the trailer, and for whatever reason, I don't know why I did it, I shoved it underneath the pallet, like the deck of the hand cart. I go to the back, I get all the small wares. I go inside the store, I drop that, and for whatever reason, I forget the hand cart.
Oh.
Which wasn't even the biggest problem that happened here. Because I set the alarm, I lock up the store, hop in my truck, and boogie. And there I am, driving up the interstate on I-84, going up a mountain, happen to look in my passenger side mirror, and I see curtain flaps flapping in the breeze, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to close the door. And so if I hadn't shoved that hand cart underneath the pallet, like, it would, who knows what would have happened.
Right.
But there was a time when it actually did come out.
Oops.
Yeah, no, I was in Harlan, Kentucky. I'm at this. There's a KFC, a Pizza Hut, and a Taco Bell
down by the by the Colonel.
Yeah, no, by the KFC.
Yeah, of course. There's a KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut, like all in the same plaza. And it was the last stop was the pizza. I just gotten done with it, and I'm heading to the hotel like half a mile down the road. But we have the scanners at this point, and I'm looking for this can of, like, I don't know, crushed tomatoes or some nonsense like that. I can't remember. And I can't find it anywhere. Like, I've scanned all the product, or at least I think I did. I've scanned it all. I can't find it anywhere in the store. It's not in the back where, like, all the other dry product is. It's not. I've gone through everything several times. Can't find it anywhere. So finally, I'm like, it's not in the trailer. I've looked. I've spent a half an hour looking for this case. Like, it's time to end this day. And so I hop out of the trailer and I kind of like semi-close the door, because I'm like, well, I'll take one last look in the store, and if it's not there, maybe I'll peek back in the trailer. I don't know. I go in the store and I'm looking around, and like one of the employees comes in. He's like, what are you looking for, dude? And I'm like, the crushed tomatoes or whatever it was. He's like, oh, we already put them away. I'm like, you kidding me, right? He's like, no, we put them away right when you brought them in. I'm like, well, show me. So he brings me over to it. I scan it. Beep. Good as gold. I'm like, this whole time, and losing my mind.
Yep, all that time wasted.
So I go out, I print his receipt, I hop in my truck, and I'm fuming, just losing my mind at this point. So I exit the plaza, green light comes, I'm tearing ass out of there, make a hard left, and boy, don't you know, that door that was semi-closed swings wide open, and there comes my hand cart bouncing down the road. Now, when I say I made the left at the green light, I made it at the yellow light, because, like, there was cars in front of me. So the light was turning green for the other side, the other part of the road. So they take off, and my hand cart's bouncing in front of this car, and he swerves out of the way. Thank God, because, like, if I'd killed somebody, I don't even know what I'd do. But right. He swerves out of the way, and the very next car behind him was the law.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God. So I set the brakes. I hop out. My shoulders are down. I'm just, head in my hands, and I'm walking to the back of the trailer. And this cop, he's already put his lights on. He's picked up the cart, and he's walking towards me. And I'm just like, I am so sorry, officer. And he just laughed it off, handed it to me, and went about his business.
Wow.
And I put it in there. I did the walk of shame up to the side door of my trailer, put it in while everybody is silently judging me as they drive by. And I'm just like, yeah, that just happened. I'm a fuck up. Excuse my language. So yeah, it was not. That was a very embarrassing time for me.
Wasn't one of your best days.
not one of my best
I mean,
moments.
with that in West Virginia, you could have knocked out someone's tooth, someone's only tooth. Then they'd have been toothless. And that's not good. Did I say that out loud?
Listen,
I apologize for that.
They know what they look like. They got a mirror.
It's actually a broken piece of a mirror.
Do they? Do they really?
Yeah, they got hit by your hand cart.
Yeah, while they were looking at their tooth. You took out the mirror and the tooth.
Yeah, funny. What a funny story. I hope this isn't like, copyright struck, because there's this comedian Jim Gaffigan.
Oh yeah,
right. And he has this bit about West Virginia. He's like the state motto or the state slogan. I can't remember. He's like, it's the state motto or whatever it is. He's like, the state motto is almost West Virginia, almost heaven. He's like, so what? If I die and I go to heaven, I'm going to a place a little bit better than West Virginia. He's like, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to take a second look at hell.
I'm thinking, do you want to go? Not really. Oh, that's it. That's true. That is so true. That's funny.
I got my
that country road can take me anywhere else.
Shippers on the highway.
I'm bringing it.
and a busload of friends, apparently.
Yeah.
So anyway, in all this conversation, I wanted to ask you. I know you had been out for some time. Like I hadn't seen you for a couple of weeks last year. Was everything okay? It's none of my business. It's not any of our business. But we worry about our fellow drivers and
do you really?
I do. I worry about you all the time because I know you're on the highway. I know what highway you're on, and you're on your way, and you're doing a good job.
Me and AC/DC.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was okay. I was out for about 7 weeks. Incidentally, this actually happened right after you went out.
Oh, okay.
Like literally the week after.
Wow.
Look at that. He felt guilty. So you know what? I'm going to.
Yeah.
It's a simpatico.
I was sitting in Washington one night, and he texted me saying, "Hey, I had a heart attack. We can't do the podcast this weekend." Yeah. And then I, in solidarity, I went out.
That's it. Week. Solidarity. That's the word I was looking for. Beautiful. Yeah. Well said.
I know. Just the kind of guy. It's just the kind of guy I am. Just the kind of guy I am.
Influenza.
But
no, never.
You don't remember the Solidarity guy back in the 80s from Poland? Lech Walesa? Come on.
I think you pronouncing his name wrong.
Probably, but I'm not Polish.
No.
The whole thing was solidarity and because never mind. Anyway, back to Zach. Where did he go?
I'm sorry. I was just running to my house, grabbing a Celsius.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I was out for a little bit.
Yeah.
A select few drivers in Cincinnati knew where I was, guys I trusted. But there was a lot of speculation. A lot of people thought I gotten a really bad speeding ticket.
Yeah.
And I was suspended indefinitely till Pitt, Ohio could figure out what to do with me, which, I could see how they could come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
Not saying anything more about that. But no, the reality of it was, I think it was the day after you had texted me to tell me you had had a heart attack, and we had to reschedule the podcast. I had gotten some test results from a medical problem I had, and the doctor wanted to run some tests, and so they ran some blood work, and I got the results on a Thursday, and boy, it wasn't most everything was good, but there was one thing that wasn't good, and I drove down. I went to work that night. I was driving on I-70 in Ohio, just the entire night stewing on it, just thinking I was going to die.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I was losing my mind the whole night.
Right.
And the reality of it was my liver enzymes were up because I was a pretty heavy drinker. and I thought I honestly thought I had cirrhosis and I was going to die.
Wow.
And so yeah, no, what there was probably one of the let me back up. We had a driver safety meeting probably about a year prior. Yeah, there was some lady from corporate, and she came in and she was telling us about all the different programs they have.
Right.
You know, we have this for you, we have that for you. You know, we you know, these don't seem like much, but these are things that the company's paying for you guys. And one of them was, if you have a substance abuse problem, come to us. We'll get you some help. You're not going to lose your job. And I'm driving down I-70 the whole night, thinking I'm going to die, and that's the only thing I can think about.
Right.
So I'm like, I had resolved myself, like, I'm going to go see my boss in the morning. We're going to talk about this, and I'm going to get some help. And that was probably the toughest conversation I've ever had in my life. Because you got to remember, like, I'm from New York. My boss is from Jersey. Like, so every time we see each other, we're just silently judging one another.
Right.
And having to come sit down in his office and tell him I have a problem with alcohol was not an easy conversation to have.
Yeah, definitely not.
But, you know, it was not easy at the beginning. I fought safety tooth and nail. I did not want to play ball with how they wanted to do things. I gave them a really, really hard time. And eventually I came to my senses, and said, okay, let's do this. And so I ended up going to an inpatient rehab facility. Okay. And I was there for about 30 days. Got out after, you know, being sober for a month. And, you know, I had to jump through a few hoops. And I say that lightly. Safety. It's you know, it's a safety sensitive job. Yeah. At the end of the day, Pitt, Ohio has to look out for Pitt, Ohio. Yeah. And when you think about things, you know, clearly, like, you know, the company has to do what's best for the company. Right. But at the end of the day, I have to jump through a few hoops, but yeah, the company paid a lot of money to get me some help when I asked for it. Right. They gave me my job back. And so, awesome. You know, here I am, 2 months sober, and I still have a job. The company stood by me. My clearinghouse is squeaky clean because I self-reported. Yeah. My clearinghouse is not violated. And so it's just nice to know, like, for anyone out there who's listening, if you've got a problem and you want to get some help, you want to change your life, when they say they're going to get you some help, Pitt, Ohio, I can't speak for any other company, but Pitt, Ohio, right, had my back. They got me some help, and here I am.
That's freaking awesome, dude. That is awesome. They were true to their word. They did what they said they would do for you, and that's great. Because you know what? In the end, yeah, when you boil it all down, it doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. But are you able to live life? You know, it's crazy that, you know, the stresses, the pressures, and everything that this life, you know, throws at you. You know, so I'm glad that you got the help you needed. I really am. I think it's fantastic. Absolutely. I'm glad that the company was there and did what they said they would do. I think it's great. I really do. It's one of the reasons why after 28 years, you know, you just stay, because that no job, I don't care where you go, no job is perfect. But I think this place, they actually care about their drivers. And I just do. I think Pitt's a good place. Yeah. If it wasn't, we'd be leaving, you know?
That's kind of one of the things that I learned early on. It was like, you know, people don't leave this company for a reason. Right. And, you know, it kind of early on, when this was all going down, I had some amount of shame and embarrassment and whatnot about what was going on in my life. And like I said, only a handful of drivers knew what was going on with me. And like, you know, once I got out of the inpatient facility and like came back to work, and I realized, you know what, I don't have anything to be embarrassed about.
No, I agree.
There are lots of people who are going through what I'm going through and not doing anything about it, and that's what's embarrassing.
Yep.
And I don't say that to shame anyone.
No,
I've been there, but like, there's no shame in admitting, like, I was the first person, my boss going and sitting in his office and saying, hey, I have an alcohol problem and I need some help. That was the first time I'd ever said that to anyone, and it was one of the toughest things I'd ever done.
Sure.
It was a sobering moment, for sure.
Very, yeah.
So, but yeah, no, like listen, Tim Stipchak has had I don't know if I'm saying his name properly. Apologies, Tim.
Skip back, yeah.
He has had my back 100% of the way. The very first conversation with him, he's like, I'm going to get you an appointment with a substance abuse provider. It costs about $500. I'm going to pay for it. That was the very first conversation we had. And so I didn't recognize at the time, but like looking back, like that was like the moment where I was like, this company has my back.
Yep.
They are sitting behind me, and they're gonna, like, listen, every company's at its faults, but
yeah, of course.
It's Pitt, Ohio is still a good company, and they still look out for their people, and they looked out for me. So I am very grateful for everything they've done for me, and I'm doing what they're asking me to do to stay sober and get better.
Good. That's it. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to look at yourself and say you're flawed. There's something wrong. There's something going. It's hard for us to do that. We people don't like to do that. We don't like to admit. I mean, we admit in a tertiary way. Oh yeah, I'm not perfect. What do you think? Are you perfect? No. But to actually have to look yourself in the mirror and say you have a problem and you need to take care of it, and because somebody's going to get hurt. Yourself or somebody on the road. Or someone anyone in your life. So the thing is, it's coming to that point for you, and I'm glad. I'm glad that you came to that point. Because that's hard.
I completely understand what it is you were just saying, and I don't think you were insinuating anything.
No, I hope I didn't. I wasn't trying to insinuate anything.
For me, it was 100% a problem for me when I was at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never once came to work under the influence. Never once drank while I was on the job. I didn't even think about drinking. I got very much compartmentalized my life. But when I got home, it was beer 30.
Sure.
The second I got, I knew you weren't saying anything. I was
no. My thought was, your liver enzymes are up. You could be killing yourself and cirrhosis of the liver. That's my thought of you killing yourself. And if or someone else, because something could happen while you're driving. It's like having a heart attack. I could have gone to work that night, and I chose not to because I didn't know. It's like I don't know what's going on. Maybe I just have an indigestion. I don't know. And you wrestle with yourself. You know what I mean? And that's what I meant. I didn't mean that.
I didn't think you meant it any sort of way. I was just kind of like saying it for the record because I don't want anyone to think like Ohio drivers are coming to work, drunk off their ass. It's not the case. We all see each other, and if I'm gonna tell you right now, if I hope that if I came to work smelling of alcohol, somebody would say something to me like, you gotta go do something about him. Right. But no, it was, I was just saying for the record, like it was not, was not the case. It was just me coming. I even told safety this. I'm like, this is not a problem for the company. This is a problem for me at home. Yeah. And but I get where they were coming from. It's a safety sensitive job. Sure. And they had to do what they thought was right. And, unfortunately, what they thought was right, I didn't see eye to eye with at first, but I went along with it, and, I'm better for it. So,
amen.
That's brother. All that really matters. And so, like I said, anyone who's out there, just know, like, at least if you work for Pitt, I can't speak for any of the company. If you work for Pitt, Ohio, when they said they'd have your back, you're not going to lose your job. They'll have your back, and as long as you do what was required of you, you will have a job. Yeah. You'll get the help you need.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. It's a great, it really is a good company. Like you said, no company's perfect. They will every company. I don't care where you work. I don't care. Doesn't matter. No job is perfect, but it's a good place to be. Like you said, otherwise people wouldn't stay as long as they do. So I'm glad. For your own health. Just for your own health. I mean, good Lord, I think everybody knows somebody. Again, not an insinuation that they're walking around, 3 sheets in the wind. I'm just, it just, the effect that it has on your body after a while, it catches up with you.
Yeah,
so I'm
no,
glad
for
you
sure.
Did it. I really am, man. I'm glad you did it. I don't want to see anything happen to you.
Turns out my health was a lot. I was in a lot better shape than I thought I was.
I'm glad. That's good.
But at the time, I didn't know that, and I was also I also didn't know what to do. I was ill-equipped to handle that situation. I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know what to do, and I did the only thing that came to my mind, which was go to the company and say, hey, because that was one of the things that they had said in that meeting was you can't come to us when it's too late.
Right.
You can't get pulled for a random one night and say, oh, I got a problem. Like, no, you gotta go. You gotta come say something first.
Yes.
And so it was a Friday morning. I got back and I had to go have that conversation. It was very, very tough.
Sure.
And there was a lot of speculation about where I was. Some people figured it out for whatever reason, and that's fine. Like I said, at first I was embarrassed about it, but you know what? I'm not anymore. I did what I had to do to be healthy and be a better person.
Yeah,
to get yourself better.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Everyone, the rumor mill isn't going to make me better. Me doing the work that I have to do is all that matters.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, knowing what you went through, some of the rumors must have been pretty chaotic because, with Zilli, when he went out, with what he had going on.
Yep.
I mean, he went the whole freaking gamut.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there, because I was one of the ins.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should say that because, like, I think it was the night after Brian had texted me, and like you know how things get around, especially we're worse than teenage girls when it comes to gossip.
100%.
And so after Brian texted me, it was like a day or two later. I'm like, I just automatically assume anybody from Allentown knows. So I ended up seeing Rossetti in the office at Washington. And I'm just like, man, it's real shame about Merkel. And he's like, what do you mean? What about Merkel? What happened?
Right.
I'm just like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Yes, there is a direct phone line between Allentown and Toledo, for that matter. It could happen at 3:25, and by 3:29, the Toledo end is ringing down to South Carolina already. But it goes with the certain people.
It does.
It's
all I'm saying is,
and it goes.
I was just like, I'm gonna get a text message from Merkel. I'll be like, dude, can't you shut your mouth? Like, what's wrong with you? Because I honestly just assumed like everybody from Allentown knows. So I'm just making conversation because I know I've known Rossetti for years.
Here's the issue. Okay, in Allentown, they don't even hang a roster of what we're doing each night.
Nobody knows.
Okay, it's a big secret.
Yeah.
So the secret starts there. Okay, now I got to get the whiteboard out on my windshield and get everybody's rundown, the grease pencil, so everybody knows where everybody's going if a run gets cut, who's going where and how. It's the information highway.
Yeah.
It's 78 to 81.
So we actually got rid of that during COVID in Cincinnati because it used to be the same way, and then because they didn't want anybody in the office, it ended up being easier just to like have one guy text everyone the rundown,
Right.
and that's how that started in Cincinnati. So that's now how we do it.
Mm.
So.
That's how it happens in Allentown. They send text messages. They don't even get a phone call. They text you and they don't post it. So I think it's something that just kind of
It was from the
wherever it
COVID.
started. It was from, because it is about that long that they stopped doing all that.
How many drivers do you guys have there?
37.
About 38, plus everybody, the other guys on dedicated stuff,
Right.
different stuff. So 30,
40-ish,
48.
41.
And how many of those guys have
3
30 plus years?
3, 2. What's that?
And how many of those guys have 30 plus years?
Tony McClure.
I'd say a handful.
Yeah.
86, 5, 6.
Yeah, something like that. Mike Gallagher, down to Mike Gallagher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, about 5 or 6 guys. Yeah.
I would have thought it was more, but
No.
Yeah, no, they've moved on. I mean, well, you know, Greg Zillig, he retired. You know, Bruce Foley, all the guys that retired.
well, it was funny because in the Pit Ohio Facebook group the other day, somebody had run across an old Pit Ohio trailer.
Yeah,
that they
I saw
seen
that.
somewhere else, and like our old number 1 driver, who has since retired and now works part time, he's like, "Oh yeah, I've hooked that trailer before."
Yeah,
I was like,
1008. It was a barn door.
1007. I'm like, "Yeah, of course you got
1007,
Tom. You're a dinosaur."
you were here when they bought that trailer. You know,
Here's a question that really grinds my ass. You're here with the company 30 plus years. You retire. Why, in God's name, would you want to come back? I tell people that retire, let me break the mirror off your car so you can't look back and just ride. I don't get it.
I think people run one or two. They do 1 or 2 runs a week, or every other week, and it's spending money for them.
Yeah, just part. Yeah, exactly. I mean, after 70, it's pay.
Okay, Randy.
Well, yeah.
I'm on the short plan. I don't plan on getting to 70.
Shipper's on the street.
Okay.
He's like checking out. He's like, yeah, he really literally is on the highway. That's his attitude. And that's Shipper.
Well, I get my.
He's had one too many honey butter chicken biscuits from Wendy's.
No, I don't eat that shit.
You never had Wendy's breakfast,
No.
sir?
What a guy.
Sir,
No, I'm dead serious.
But he
you
has,
don't know what
he's been
you
at
don't know what you're
Chick-fil-A.
missing.
I heard that, bro.
Dude, I do my run Harrisburg back, Harrisburg, wherever. Well, I shouldn't say this to you. I'm telling you, my goal is to get done before closing time. Okay? I am racing to get back before 2 a.m.
That's why he took the new truck to what,
and that one day that I had that truck, he made time.
Seriously though, you should check that out. Though.
give it a whirl.
Yeah,
Wendy's breakfast.
Never had. The only breakfast I ever had was
Chick-fil-A?
the Wawa.
Oh,
I never even had.
I did the Chick-fil-A drive-thru one morning.
I never had the.
I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. This is back before I had a heart attack. So now, no salt.
Now
No
it's
fat.
green beans and nothing else.
Yeah,
and nothing else. You got that right.
board and his grass is actually long, so I imagine he's just grazing out there and stuff.
It's flavored.
He's going out there with some olive oil and dressing there and just eating.
I'll tell you what, one of the hardest things to get used to, and that the fat thing is not as hard to get used to as no sodium.
My sister, some
like,
years ago, she was like, she lives out in like the sticks of Kentucky, and she was like, hey, our lawnmower crapped the bed. Can we borrow yours? I'm like, I mean, yeah, you can borrow it, but just go buy a goat.
right?
Set up a couple of stakes in the yard, move it from day to day. You'll be fine.
Yep, we'll take care of it for you, and you can get
Milk it. Yeah.
And when it gets too old to eat enough grass, you got some goat meat.
But it's like I tell
I guess that's
people
lamb.
too.
Never mind.
If you start trying to be healthy now and you're at 57, 58,
I'll tell you what.
you've missed the boat. You're not going to get another 57, 58 years out of it.
I ain't looking for 57 or 58 years, but I don't ever want to walk through what I walked through. I don't ever want to walk. I'll tell you what, if everybody actually, if everybody experienced, without having a heart attack, if you could experience what it's like, it changes your perspective. It changed mine. I mean, I complain about the tasty food and everything else. That's but I don't ever want to walk through that again. So I don't. So my cholesterol level is down to 67.
I wish I knew what that meant, but I'm just gonna go with.
It was 233 when I had my heart attack.
Oh Jesus!
It's 67 now.
Yeah.
So,
but like going to what you guys are saying, like you know, you don't have another 50 years. Like I'm 39 now, and everything hurts. Like I can't even imagine what it'd be like to be like 92.
Imagine being as old as Shipper, you know.
I'm telling you, you're gonna read about me. I'm checking out. Be 71 at the most, and that's if I actually. Well, I did,
and that's if his wife doesn't kill him first.
Well, that's a whole.
that is a whole other issue.
That's a whole other episode.
Yeah, it is another episode. I'd love to get Mrs. Shipper on the
5-part series.
That would be a freaking that.
Nope. I am not here for that one.
Yep.
Nope.
I'm gonna see if I can get her in one of these days.
Nope. That'd be
awesome.
I'm out.
Okay.
I'm thinking of relocating.
Anyway, Zach, thank you for coming on. It was really good to talk with you, and I'm really glad things are going in the right direction. Yeah, you're feeling good and things are coming along. That's great.
Yeah.
I really am happy for you, dude. And it was great to talk to you. I mean, your stories are always great. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm happy to have come on.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be back to work.
Yeah.
And you know,
we did a PSA for Pitt, Ohio.
How about it?
Yeah, Keith Warbine there doesn't have to worry about doing a podcast. I've done it before. Just let us do it.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm second in line for a new truck, and I'm gonna get a Mac, and I'm just hating life at this point.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just over here like.
Let me tell you a little secret. Let me tell you a little secret. From a fat man, okay, sitting in the Mac, the 2 tabs on the back of the tracks, stick little pliers, snap them. You get another 3.5 inches. It's
not enough for me.
As I say,
not enough for me.
You gotta. Did you ever see him in person?
No.
Yeah, he's really tall. He's really. That's why I didn't realize
you lose a foot or two.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's why you don't. I mean, you see him on the screen, but when you actually see him in person, you're looking. You know, like
he looks taller on TV.
He sounds taller. There you go. That's it.
You know, it's funny too because they got these new Mac Pioneers coming out.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, those things look like they're about the size of a pack of gum.
They say they got room in them.
They say a lot of things.
You know, they say a lot. Yeah, they say a lot of things. I heard a rumor that where that phrase came from, that there was some town in like Nebraska or something that was called they. And they were like the authority on everything. So every time Nebraska said something, like all the other neighboring towns would be like, "Oh, well, they said it."
Well, they said so.
Right.
I don't know if that's true. I hope to God that's true.
And you know what? That's the best explanation I've ever heard of who the proverbial they is.
Yeah, you know what? The only thing I can say about the Mac Pioneers that's good is that the gear shift is no longer a button. It's actually on the engine brake paddle on the side of the steering column.
Oh, really?
It's just like a Freightliner where you just like twist it so you can you don't have to like actually
like you turn it on the headlights
or the wipers
or whatever. You just
well, it's on the right side, so it's the engine brake one.
Okay,
but it's like up for drive and down for reverse.
Okay,
it's no longer a button that you have to push. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. That's. I mean, it's a whole different world when you're talking about pushing buttons and moving levers when you used to shift gears. It's like
well, yeah, but like at least I don't have to like I can do it while I'm not thinking about it. I don't have to like consciously look at a button and then
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not a fan.
I do. No, and I've actually grown to really appreciate the automatic trucks. I don't mind them. I don't care. It gets me where I got to go. I'm doing my thing. I'm making money doing it. So that's all I care about. That's life.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. It sounds good. That's my story, man. I'm sticking to it. That's
Absolutely.
It. Amen. Well, Zach, it was great talking with you. I really
This episode brought to you by Mac Truck.
By Mac Truck. Amen.
No, funny story real quick. So back before Toledo moved, all the UAW workers were on strike at the Jeep dealership down the street from the old Toledo terminal.
Uh-huh.
And so I'd be driving by there, and they're all on strike. So they're out there with their picket signs and their burn barrels, just like trying to get me to honk the horn. I'm like, you sons of bitches cut me off every night of the week pulling out of here because you want to get stuck behind the big truck, and now you want my support? Screw all of you.
I heard that, man. I heard that.
All right,
this
guys.
has been a blast. You take care of yourself, and we hope you enjoyed yourself. I know we enjoyed ourselves. And Chipper, if the audience enjoyed themselves, what should they do?
Shipper didn't do any William impressions, though.
He didn't. It's kind of. I was waiting for him to do a Russ impression.
I have to get a little shorter.
Or
I have to get my buddy some things.
Now, he honestly, he should really just do an impression of his brother in Scranton.
He doesn't get that. He has no idea. I mean, I had to literally walk him through it. Oh no, I never saw that show. What rock did you climb out from under?
I called Russell one night because he sent out a message. He said I-70 closed at 270. I hadn't even left the terminal yet. I'm like Russell, that tells me nothing. 70
Right.
closed where? West, east? What side of Columbus? Is it at the on? Is it on the on ramp? Is it on the interstate? And he's like,
next time you talk to Russ, just say, "Look, I already talked to Shipper, and he said this is what you need to do." That'll clear the air.
he's like, well, let's just repeat what the driver told me. I'm like, you didn't ask any questions,
right.
Right.
but he's a good guy. So is his brother in Scranton.
Yeah. I was just gonna say it's just like his brother, Mike.
Mike's doing pretty good telling the tape.
Well, hanging around with White. So
Yeah.
anyway,
All right,
He's
gentlemen.
Still wants to get out of the Gulf of America. I told him anytime, anywhere. Just getting out to Pittsburgh. I'll take it down. Get a couple back.
all right, Zach, you take care of yourself. And,
Take care,
keep
gentlemen.
up-
Be safe.
dude.
All right, you
Looking
too.
Forward to you. Take care. Looking forward to talking to you again, man.
All right.
And if you enjoyed the show, share the show. Share it on every freaking social media platform that there is. We don't do TikTok.
that's what
but
we're
yeah,
doing.
that's what. Yeah, that's where we're going with it. But you blew it off, so that's okay. We'll take care of it. We're on Facebook. We're on whatever.
We're on all the
else.
social media platforms.
There you go, all of them. And if you don't
Until
know
they
any of
close,
those,
or we close.
if you don't know any of those, just tell.
Yeah.
Just tell.
If you don't know how to get a hold of us, call Cincinnati.
That's right. Exactly. Everybody, take care. Keep the hammer down.
And the Hammer Lane. Good night.
Good night.